Hello and a very warm welcome to my channel. This afternoon, we give you a piece of breaking news, extremely indignant when Meghan and Harry were exactly surrounded by A-listers. As I reported, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are living the Beverly Hills mansion. Meghan is understood to be loving life near her friends, but Prince Harry is said to be struggling, with few contacts in Hollywood. And today, it's very indignant. Daily Mail revealed aerial photographs here are surrounded by A-list celebrities. The £14.5 million Tuscan-style villa in Beverly Ridge Estates is a stone's throw away from Hollywood heavyweights including Samuel L. Jackson and Cameron Diaz. Meghan has the added luxury of being close to tennis supremo and friend Serena Williams as well as her best mate Abigail Spencer. Less than half a mile from the ex-royal's new pad is Hidden Valley, where actresses Diaz and Nicole Kidman live. Other stars such as Adele, Jennifer Lawrence, Ashton Kutcher, and Mila Kunis and Penelope Cruz and Javier Bardem also call the stunning neighborhood home. Talk to Daily Star Online, Ms. Angela Mollard angry, our self-proclaimed eco-warriors and helpers for the poor. They themselves live in luxury and took another private plane from Canada to Los Angeles to bring them to their new hideout. Have they already repaid us for the costs of the conversion of Frogmore Cottage? Meghan will love rubbing shoulders with A-listers because on her own account she barely made it to a C-lister. She continues, doesn't she feel any embarrassment at all that she is like a cuckoo nesting in other people's homes? She couldn't achieve this level of luxury in the top celebrity's zip code, so she uses her marriage to Harry for her goals. Can't they just live in a modestly grand villa, or can't Sparkles bear not having an enormous house? It's all about possessions with her. Pity they can't see how most people are laughing at them. Daily Mail also revealed, on the opposite ridge, which less than a mile in front of the mansion, is yet another area littered with household names. Hilary Duff, who made her name playing Lizzie McGuire, as well as 23-time Grand Slam winner Williams have ranging properties there. And about 1.8 miles down the road is singer-songwriter Sir Elton, who lives in a plush property purchased for £6 million in 2012 with husband David Furnish. Hollywood royalty Sylvester Stallone, Mark Wahlberg, Denzel Washington, Samuel L. Jackson, and Eddie Murphy are 1.5 miles from the couple in Beverly Park. And about 7 miles down the canyon in Sherman Oaks is her best friend Abigail Spencer, who she bonded with on the set of U.S. legal drama Suits. Ms. Mollard added, I don't understand why anyone would want to live among all those pretentious people. The views are not exactly scenic. You could buy a much more beautiful property in the UK for a couple of million. Harry will miss the green British countryside and down-to-earth people. She explains, there are two plausible reasons. One is Harry is a massive idiot, does not have any brain cells to see what Meghan is doing. Or, Harry is not an idiot and knows real Meghan than what the news media has portrayed her to be. If Harry is so easily manipulated, then I blame the royal family who raised him in that way. The hatred is shown to Meghan sometimes does not make any sense at all. Meghan is like any other Hollywood celeb, absolute hypocrite, but so are all the news media surrounding her. And finally, she concludes how nice for Meghan that she's near her friends. Now she's comfy cozy in her American environment. Don't understand how Harry could easily divest himself from a lifetime of pomp and circumstance to appease the whims of this woman who got exactly what she wanted, a rich English man she could convince her way was better. Harry does not look one bit happy. She's so tactless and hard-necked that she will probably be oblivious to the damage she's caused. She got what she wanted, and if that's the key to happiness, stepping on other people and grabbing what you can keep it. She might have material possessions, but she doesn't have the respect of many people. Let history judge her. I give it 5 years tops. For me, this is just my theory, but I feel like Markle and Harry purposely leak out their location, so they can find an excuse to bounce around. Because no one cared or knew about their location until it was revealed. These two move around so much and never try to just settle somewhere. Like Markle and Harry have to forcefully shove themselves into the news because their UK royal titles don't attract much attention in the US. Yet, they wanted to have ordinary and private lives, and there they are, perched above all the ordinary and private people in Los Angeles. I bet these celebrities couldn't pick Meghan Markle out of a lineup before she married Harry. She got what she has always wanted. What has Harry gotten aside from the loss of his family? Sad. They are the ones always popping up in the world media literally every day seeking publicity. Also, when they moved to Los Angeles, they left the protective bubble of the royal family, and their heavily guarded Kensington Palace and Frogmore Cottage for the exposure here. They are not entitled to that kind of privacy anymore, and that's thanks to her wanting to be in Hollywood. Harry must be appalled. And many fans also blast them. One said, "It's all going to plan. Meghan had this in mind from the start. All she needed was the status afforded by hapless Harry to get her foot on the A-list ladder. She is as sharp as a needle and can control hapless Harry because he is not very bright and easily led. She will keep him until she gets established and will then go off on her own, leaving him to fend for himself. He will then drift back to the royal family and try to worm his way back in. Sadly, he will never regain what he has lost." A fan reply, "As long as Prince Charles is subsidizing Harry and Meghan, and they have access to security, believe me, the British taxpayer is paying for some of this. Prince Charles receives money from tenants on land that should belong to the British public, and that money is taxpayer money. There is no transparency in how the money is funneled about, and until that happens, assume we are indeed paying for some of this. Meghan must be so happy now. Living right in the middle of the shallow, self-righteous and narcissistic Hollywood elite. Harry must be living a nightmare of Meghan's making. How much longer before he wakes up to what she is and how much she has ruined his life? Plus, they have not bought a home yet because they can't afford the kind of house Meghan wants. They aren't as wealthy as the Hollywood A-listers. It won't take long for Meghan to get very frustrated with that fact." Meanwhile, the next fan wrote, "Not a very attractive location. Well, quite a few of us said a long time ago this was why she married Harry, to get in with the A-listers, as without him they would not have given her the time of day. Very shallow people with no depth. Apparently they believe they must surround themselves with Hollywood glitterati, not always the brightest bulbs in the chandelier, because they need to validate their own worth by the company they keep." A fan mocked, "Well, they probably aren't impressed with the new neighbors. All these stars have found their own success through hard work and talent. How would they view some untalented wannabes who are little more than lottery winners? Moving away from home for Harry is going to prove an empty and shallow existence, especially to somewhere as vacuous and artificial as Hollywood with no real friends. He's left everything and has already realized that this is not the life for him, judging by his appearance. Mission accomplished for Meghan. She's right where she wants to be, amongst the stars, unfortunately at the expense of Harry's well-being. It's not exactly tucked away and private. It looks like it sits on a ridge and can be seen from miles around. Seems like someone with a drone could easily get photos of it, and them. But if Meghan wants to be noticed, this will do the trick." But, a fan warned, all these A-listers and ex-royals are without work and may be so for a very long time. Shooting films on location is impossible. Even when film production resumes, the fear factor will stop people congregating in confined cinemas. It isn't only Harry and Meghan whose big plans evaporated in the face of a pandemic. So did the dreams of the movie moguls, the influencers, the film stars and royalty, who must all learn to adapt to a new world where they will soon discover they're not half as important as they thought they were. A fan agreed and mocked, "We want privacy. There is no way that anyone would have been able to take close-up aerial shots of Frogmore Cottage or their cottage at Kensington Place. How do people not see how Meghan set this whole thing up? Look at where they are living, it's where she has always wanted to be. She is so transparent, it's crazy that people are still defending her." And the last one wrote, "This whole affair is turning into a farce of mammoth proportions. Migraine, the two-bit hustler, and Harry, her little puppy, are going to be in for one hell of a shock when everybody actually accepts they are absolute nothings. Migraine, a narcissistic wannabe, and Harry has been a member of the British royal family. It's not looking good, is it? How responsible that these two environmentalists and their one-year-old live in such a space. And took a private plane that flew across the county to pick them up to take a 3-hour flight. The amount of energy this house takes on a daily basis is insane, I am sure. Can these two not understand the hypocrisy? Can they possibly be that dense? Hypocrite." And you? What do you think about Harry and Meghan? Please let me know in the comment section below and we talk about them. And remember to like and share my video if you feel so comfortable with it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel to get more news from the royal family. Now, have a nice day, goodbye and see you in the next videos.